and welcome to our podcast. Today, we're diving into the life of Cleopatra, a figure enshrouded in beauty, power, and mystery. But who was she really? More than a queen, Cleopatra was a linguist, a strategist, and a formidable leader.
Absolutely, Cleopatra's story isn't just about her allure, but her profound intellect and political acumen. She was born in 69 BCE in Alexandria, a city famed for its great library and a melting pot of scholars and philosophers.
Born into the Ptolemaic dynasty, Cleopatra wasn't Egyptian by blood. Yet, she embraced Egypt wholeheartedly, learning its language and culture. Isn't that fascinating?
Indeed, she stood out by mastering multiple languages, speaking at least 7, including Egyptian, Greek, and Latin. This ability allowed her to communicate directly with her people, strengthening her influence.
That's impressive. But what drove Cleopatra to such depths of learning while others indulged in luxury?
Her fondness for knowledge was unparalleled. While her peers relished opulence, Cleopatra immersed herself in history, politics, and philosophy, realizing early that knowledge was power.
Some argue that her Greek heritage distanced her from true Egyptian identity. Do you think her efforts to integrate were enough to bridge that gap?
It's a valid point. However, her adoption of Egyptian customs and language arguably made her more relatable to her subjects than any ruler before her in the dynasty.
So, as we explore her early life, we see a leader in the making. Looking ahead, how did these formative years shape her reign?
Her education and strategic mind laid the groundwork for her rule, enabling her to navigate the complex political landscapes of her time. Let's delve into how she ascended to power amidst familial conflict.
Moving on, when Cleopatra's father passed, tradition dictated she rule alongside her brother, Ptolemy XIII. However, power struggles ensued. How did she manage this tumultuous period?
At just 18, Cleopatra faced significant opposition from her brother's advisors who sought to oust her. Forced into exile, she lost her crown but not her resolve. She saw Rome's rise as an opportunity.
Her strategic mind led her to Julius Caesar, didn't it? Seeking an alliance to reclaim her throne was a masterstroke. What were the implications of this partnership?
Indeed, by aligning with Caesar, she not only regained her throne but solidified her position as a shrewd ruler. This alliance was both political and personal, resulting in a son, Caesarion.
However, some critics argue she relied too heavily on Roman intervention, risking Egypt's autonomy. What are your thoughts on this perspective?
While it's true her reliance on Rome was risky, it was also necessary given the internal threats she faced. She skillfully leveraged Rome's power to stabilize her reign.
Yet, the partnership with Caesar wasn't without challenges, right? How did it shape Cleopatra's leadership style moving forward?
It taught her the importance of political alliances and adaptability. Her ability to navigate such complex dynamics became a hallmark of her rule.
As we explore her reign, it's clear she was more than a figurehead. How did these experiences influence her subsequent decisions as queen?
They reinforced her resolve and strategic prowess, preparing her for future challenges, including her infamous meeting with Mark Antony. Her story is one of resilience and strategic foresight.
One of the most iconic moments in Cleopatra's story is her meeting with Caesar, famously rolled in a carpet. What does this say about her approach to diplomacy?
It was a testament to her ingenuity and boldness. In a time when women had limited power, Cleopatra's dramatic entrance underscored her intelligence and determination to reclaim her throne.
Some might say it was a risky move, relying on theatrics. But it paid off, didn't it?
Absolutely. It captivated Caesar, not just because of her beauty, but her courage and wit. This encounter was pivotal, securing his support and ultimately her reinstatement as queen.
Yet, others argue that such tactics could have backfired, leading to further alienation. How do you view this counter-argument?
While risky, Cleopatra understood the stakes and played her cards wisely. Her audacity was precisely what set her apart and allowed her to maneuver through the political labyrinth.
Looking at the broader picture, how did this moment redefine Cleopatra's image in the eyes of her contemporaries?
It redefined her as a formidable strategic leader not to be underestimated. This bold move demonstrated her diplomatic acumen, setting the stage for future alliances.
So, this meeting wasn't just about regaining power but also setting a precedent for her reign. How did it influence her subsequent political strategies?
It reinforced her belief in the power of calculated risks and the importance of personal diplomacy. Cleopatra's ability to weave personal charm with political strategy became a defining trait.
As we wrap up this segment, what lasting impact did her alliance with Caesar have on her legacy?
The alliance with Caesar marked a turning point, showcasing her as a leader who could command respect and power through intellect and charm. It set a precedent for her future engagements with Roman leaders.
The assassination of Julius Caesar in 44 BCE was a seismic event. How did Cleopatra navigate the political aftermath?
Caesar's death was a significant blow, stripping Cleopatra of her most influential ally. However, she astutely observed the power dynamics in Rome, identifying potential allies among Caesar's successors.
With Rome in chaos, Cleopatra's choice of ally was crucial. What were the stakes of aligning with Mark Antony?
Aligning with Antony was a calculated risk that offered her protection and the prospect of a strong Eastern alliance. It was a strategic move to secure Egypt's position amidst Roman turmoil.
Critics suggest her dependence on Roman alliances was short-sighted, compromising Egypt's independence. How do you respond to that?
It's an understandable concern, but given the geopolitical realities, aligning with Rome's power brokers was necessary to maintain her throne and safeguard Egypt's interests.
Cleopatra's relationship with Antony was both personal and political. How did this dual nature affect her leadership and legacy?